Hey everyone, and welcome to Never Split the Party. We are a Starfinder actual play live stream. We are also running a completely homebrew campaign, so no spoilers for those of you guys looking to or actually in the middle of playing any of Paizo's pre-constructed adventure paths. Basically, please watch us. We're great, and we won't spoil things for you. I'm going to let my lovely cast introduce themselves. Then we're going to go into some news, and we will then do a recap of last week's episode so you know what is going on with this week's episode. Maybe, sometimes, not always. Take it away.
My name is Patrick. I should start with hi. Hi, my name is Patrick. I play a Lashunta envoy by the name of Reich Oren. He's an actor trying to get his name recognized. He's also a lover of peace and cooperation and building teamwork and camaraderie. Main goal in life.
I agree with half of your statement.
And my name is Patrick.
I'm not sure I agree with that one. And I am Michael, and I am playing Zero, who is a android operative and the ship's pilot.
I am Chris. I may or may not have the flu. I play Milla Datwood Abigail Priest, the ship's engineer, as well as a Soki mechanic.
I'm Nick. I'm not high this time. I do play Brawl, and I'm the party deadweight, according to Rye.
For the record, Nick was not high last time. Please review our Twitch clips to have any idea what he's talking about. Thank you.
And you're not dead weight. Nope. You know what? Nope.
Oh,
Well, it's also a gunner, though, right?
I am the gunner.
Even though he doesn't shoot guns in
Gunner.
normal combat.
Yeah, the different kind of gun.
Yeah. Guns that are fists.
Like these guns.
Bam! Hi, my name is Justin. I play Seeker, the android technomancer, who is an artist and is also the science officer on the ship.
And I forgot to introduce myself. My name's Dustin. I also go by the Arbitrary Nerd. I'm the GM, always. We didn't miss anyone, did we? Sometimes I do that.
We miss Not Sub.
We don't do ancillary crew members or
And
goblins.
Stevthan.
What about Stephen?
That
goblin.
Pitor guy was a
Well,
jerk.
Rex.
Yeah, Pitor was a prick.
Moving on, for just some quick updates. One, all of our past episodes, if you guys are just joining us for the first time, are available on YouTube. That is youtube.com/NSTP podcast. That is updated usually the same day we stream, sometimes the day after.
The day after, usually.
Okay, the day after. Let's put some less pressure on Justin there. And yeah, it's a pretty good way to catch up. We don't do much editing, so you're not really missing too much from what you would on the stream, other than the lovely folks in chat. And to get to harass us live. And you will miss the after party. I don't believe we stream. We record that, but either way, you can catch up on the story if you need to via YouTube. Additionally, we will be painfully slowly rolling out all of our episodes on audio. Those are edited, hence the painful slowness, and they're going to be released weekly every Tuesday, but it's only going to be about half of a stream's worth of episode because I'm the only one doing the editing, and I'm one, garbage at it, two, have no time for it, and three, an hour isn't that bad. So yeah, you see that we just published episode 3.5, Death in the Dead Dome Part 2, and you can catch that on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, whatever app you use for your podcast. Check it out. Next bit of an update is we just launched, as of today, our Patreon. So if you guys like what you are seeing and would like to support us, see some more things that we can offer you, or help us get better as a stream, check us out on podcast.com/NSTP. There's a couple of different tiers you guys can do. Any little bit helps, and we can definitely talk about if you wanted to see some other things in the kind of the goals and the reward tiers. Shoot us a note in the Discord, which you can find below the Twitch and the Twitch panel. And yeah, we're pretty receptive there. And I think that was it for my news. Am I missing something, guys?
Did you say podcast.com/NSTP?
Yes,
cast?
yes,
yeah,
he did.
You did. It's patreon.com.
My bad. Let me rephrase that because I'm distracted. Our Patreon can be
We're
found
gonna edit this out.
No, we're not. We're not. We don't. It's patreon.com/NSTP. Yeah, that's it. There you go. Find us, check it out. Some interesting stuff on there. A little bit more news. All of our character art colorization is done. We're waiting on a slight recolorization from Brawl because Nick is a diva. And then we actually, got to coordinate with the artists when we're kosher to start posting. I'm really excited that we're so close to those, and we'll see that kind of blow up everywhere because I'm really impressed with the art.
I included a color swatch of what color Brawl should be. It's not my fault they ignored it.
Let's see. I feel like there was something else. Oh, and I don't know if anyone has paid attention from last time. We do have Stream Boss active. If you guys want to force an early encounter with the legendary bounty hunter Krellis, featured in episode 3, make sure you beat the crap out of Steam Boss via throwing bits at us, subbing, whatever else that hits Stream Boss. I'm not really super familiar with that. Anyone else have any updates?
Well, not really an update, but to go along with the whole audio thing, if you guys like what we do, maybe consider rating us on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts, even if you might not listen to the audio version, you're watching it on YouTube, or you're here in Twitch with us every Tuesday. Any little bit helps. So if you guys, feel up to it, head over to iTunes and, just give us a rating or something. It'd be nice.
Yeah, the more high ratings we get, the more we kind of get weighted in those searches. So when people are looking for Starfinder or role-playing content, the more likely we are to pop up. So please spam the crap out of us. Give us some good ratings on iTunes, Google Play, wherever you listen to podcasts. Or if you don't listen to podcasts, just hunt us down on there, and we will totally, appreciate any kind of review you can give.
Or bad ratings. I mean, if we need to do better. But no, come on.
No. You can send bad ratings directly to Justin via Discord. All right.
Tomorrow.
And other news.
Tomorrow.
What about tomorrow?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
tomorrow.
Thank you. For tomorrow, we will be starting our first episode of some of the guys streaming Divinity Original Sin 2. That's going to be myself. It's going to be Justin. It's going to be Nick, and it's going to be Michael. I'm not missing anyone, am I?
No, and it's going to be great. You know why? Because Pat's not going to be there.
It will be an episode not featuring Pat. We'll be playing through the Divinity campaign, which is going to be, I think, a ton of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Game has gotten tons of reviews, and it's in a genre I already love, so I'm already sold. I think we're going to be doing those streams bi-weekly, mostly because I have a hard time committing to weekly things. But yeah, check us out tomorrow night. We'll throw it up on Twitter and everywhere that we're doing the thing. But that'll be, I think, a lot of fun, and I will actually try and talk to Twitch chat while I'm playing instead of avoiding you guys like I do now.
Are we doing this in character, or we should? That's gonna be something that we will do in the future if there's.
It's up to you guys. I'd be totally okay with it, but I might influence some of your characters. But again, it'd be kind of funny watching Brawl try to roleplay a magic caster, anyways. So I don't know. I'm down.
He just cast with his fists, like spells come out of his fists. That'd be cool. Like a firebender.
No, it would just be role playing our characters playing the game.
How do I do this?
Anyways.
Let us know in chat what you guys would like to see when it comes to our video game streams, which are tentatively titled The Party Plays. All right, and if we have nothing else, recap time. Last episode, not a terrible amount of ground was covered. We had ship travel. They left planet Revel, again with a new crew member aboard, Stevethan, and they are heading to Pyramid Station Beta. On the way, they were intercepted in an asteroid field by the Water Draco, a ship larger and better outfitted than theirs. They managed to somehow talk their ways out of getting obliterated and or damaged, and made let's call it an acquaintance with the pirate captain, Captain Sally. She had some past relationship with the Border Space Union, and supposedly with the creation of the party's ship, the Indecision. She helped them open the box in the cargo hold. She disabled a couple of components on their ship, and she maybe fixed, rebooted, broke Rex. We'll see. We're not really sure how it's going to play out. Did I miss anything you guys would like to
She
cover?
also opened the box.
I covered that.
Oh, you did?
What's in
I
there?
did.
Wow. I guess I wasn't listening.
Never are.
Did you say what
anything
we
else you
found,
guys-
though? We found
No.
a gun. A really cool gun.
Basically, they found a caster pistol from Outlaw Star because I am both lazy and excited to see how I break the game.
But we can't use it yet because we don't know how it actually works.
No, I have an
don't
idea.
know
It's
the
fine.
reference.
Yeah, no, it's fine. If you don't know the reference, Outlaw Star, fantastic anime, totally recommend. And right, anyone else need anything for the recap? Did I miss anything? Something did specifically they would like to extrapolate on?
Patrick was Rye was a big old jerk.
And Brawl's feelings were hurt.
Pretty sure him was a big jerk. Yeah, it's a stupid jerk.
Real hurt.
Nick's feelings are hurt on behalf of Brawl. Brawl hasn't shown any hurt feelings yet.
Insulting it. Dead.
All right, then I'm going to pick up with this week's episode 21, Pyramid Station Beta, as you guys are back hurtling through space. You were able to clear through the asteroid field without too much trouble after departing the Water Draco. And now you're making your way to Pyramid Station Beta. You had a couple more days of travel in space. You had your own individual tasks. You were tinkering with things. You were talking. You were eating. You were reading. You were streaming if you were Rye. Whatever you guys are doing. And you guys get a sensor reading. Zero, who I assume basically lives in the cockpit at this point, gets the reading that they are approaching a structure. Before you, in the vastness of space, with no other landmarks other than the structure itself, is a large, floating, square-looking structure. It is hundreds of feet on all sides. It is made out of various types of metal. It is pockmarked. Some spots have been pinged and dented by asteroids. And then as you guys are kind of maybe circumventing or looking around the structure that is just floating in space, this giant, almost cube-looking thing, you guys notice that at least one corner of it looks like it was smashed in by something bigger than an asteroid, and there was some severe damage done. You guys do see that there is one main hangar entrance that will fit your ship should you choose to go in. And you have Stevenson in the background saying, "Oh yeah, that is totally Pyramid Station Beta. Hits the coordinates exactly."
I don't believe it.
So I imagine at this point, everybody would have come up to the cockpit, or at the very least, Zero would have called everybody up.
Deal.
Yeah, if you call.
Do you guys want me in the engine room?
Do you want me at my station, Captain?
All right. Well, fine. Yeah. So we're going up to the cockpit then. Okay.
I'm right up there with Zero.
So we gonna
I'll go up to see.
baby.
Yeah.
The
So-
scan showed that there's nothing there, as far as we can tell.
You haven't scanned it yet.
Okay,
I'll
well,
scan
let's
it.
do that.
Please do.
Yeah. Going to.
Find nothing.
5, let's see. Plus 9. 20.
Are inaccurate, it turns out, 3 hours later.
You scan 0 life forms. It's working on some auxiliary power, though, so the station does have some power. You get atmospheric readings from most of the interior, meaning that there's also at least some breathable atmosphere for all of your species. And let's see, what else did you guys pick up with a 20? Yeah, that's about it. You don't get like a full layout of the station, although it doesn't look overly complex. It's large, but the structure itself doesn't look too complicated. And it does only appear to be about 1 floor. Where you guys are familiar with Pyramid Station Alpha has these massive domes that cover entire cityscapes. This looks incomplete. 1, it's not a pyramid, and 2, it was much smaller. You expect once you're inside, the docking bay will fit your ship, which is a medium-sized starship, a little snugly, and you're like once you kind of get into the station itself, you're not really sure how big you expect it to be, but not anywhere near the size of one of the domes of Pyramid Station Alpha.
And there was no other ship? Because I assume we were expecting the other group ship.
Oh, I guess you guys would get a reading from the hangar, but it's like a little tiny thing. It was like a one-man craft. It's not even a full, like a full transport like you guys are flying. Still, no life signs. Even an individual life sign, you're not picking. Either it's too weak to pick up, something in the station itself is, distracting or upsetting your sensors, or there's nothing alive on the station.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, it sure is strange that there's no life signs. I mean, well, maybe it's strange.
Wasn't this place supposed to be abandoned? Why would we find anything here?
True, but I mean, something must have came from it, right? Because isn't the book supposed to be there? And if we're thinking that all the things, the undead from Revel came from the book,
Are we?
that's what I was thinking.
Ah.
Because unless I have it wrong.
You've got no information that would lead you to believe that.
Yeah.
Well, I thought we did actually talk about that a little bit. Or we were assuming, or I was assuming.
You might have been assuming, but the book
Um,
itself, the only contact you guys have had from the book is from Alden Stoyer, the magistrate looking for it.
Oh, I get it all mixed up because the other mercenary groups that came to Revel, I thought they had gone to the book. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
No, for
I'm
some
dumb.
reason I also thought that we were here for the book.
I will say that the ship reading you're getting, the one-man craft, you guys are pretty sure would belong to the Formian you guys had spoken to over the data pad. That was Sisken the Hiveless.
Yeah, I'll remember that.
I got it written down.
I know you do.
Yeah, my buddy.
So what are you guys doing as you guys are presented with this apparently lifeless space station?
We turn
Wow.
around and go home.
There's a dock down there. Let's just we can park this baby.
So I walk up to Zero, slap him on the shoulder. So, Zero,
I start going immediately before he even says it.
it's like he knows what I'm trying to say.
All right, so you guys, as you approach the kind of dock area, there is an opening to where like ships can land, and you guys pull up and find berth. You nest your ship in. You're able to, have an umbilical cord attached to the station itself. The smaller ship did something similar, but there's like a little small kind of like room for a one-man craft that it completely lands in. You guys are still technically, your ship is only attached to the station by like an umbilical cord you're able to walk through. And as you guys do so, you guys can open up Roll20.
Done.
Do I have control of my character?
Probably not.
Oh my god, I do.
Yep.
Now I
Oh,
can
I
actually
gotta
find
do that.
where we are. There we are.
It's like the I mean, I guess it's the first time for everything.
All right, and you guys enter into, so you walk through an airlock, which is directly behind you guys, and you step into a large, looks like a cargo loading area that is very sparse. The lighting in this area, it starts flickering on as you guys walk in, as if it's activated by your presence. Most of the bulbs don't actually function. There's some flickering. It's all half cast in darkness.
Before we actually leave the ship, can we actually talk with Rex?
Sure, yeah. What did you need to say to Rex?
Well, one, we wanted to see how well he's operating, because chances are we're going to have him lock the ship up when we leave. And make sure he's actually capable of doing that.
Well, you also have Notsob and Stevenson on the ship. Are you leaving all of them on the ship?
Yep.
I imagine we would be, yeah.
That's good, because I don't have tokens for them. So you guys pop over to Rex, and Rex seems probably a little bit more subdued than normal, but he does kind of respond, and as you acknowledge him, Zero, he says, "Hiya, Zero. What can I do for you today?"
When we leave the ship, I'd like you to lock it down until we get back.
That is my standard operating procedure because you have some terrible friends.
Perfect.
Stevenson says, "If you guys don't mind, I'm gonna also stay with the ship. I think the Goblin needs watching, and I'll make sure that Rex here is functioning all right. And I was thinking about ways I can make myself useful on the ship. So I'll ponder on that while you guys go exploring."
That sounds like a good idea. Although, you know what, we could technically bring Not Sob with us to open doors. You'd be a pretty good door fodder.
Not Sob, standing
I
there
wasn't saying that. That was out of character, as you can tell from a completely different voice.
Right, out of character.
That was out of character.
I thought that was in character as an aside. And
no.
Then I'm going to say that you guys don't go for that. And unless you guys have anything pertinent on the ship, you guys are in this cargo bay area, yes?
Oh, no,
Yep.
I'm already, like, at the door waiting for it to open, like, come on.
You guys are in the cargo bay. It's relatively spacious. The roof kind of angles down as it gets to the door on the opposite side. And the ceiling, it looks like, is going to be probably only about max out at like 9 feet high. There are 2 doors. Let me see. On the northern wall, there is one directly across from you guys, and then there's one a little bit more towards the that is a cardinal direction called west. That's the word. Towards the west. Make a perception check.
Oh,
Hey, Dustin, remember, you can make your own.
I'm not doing that.
Oh, you're not?
No. I have a thing. You guys should be fine.
I got 16.
I actually got a 12. Not a 1.
Miller got 19. Miller
got 11.
Looks like Miller is probably the most perceptive of the group tonight, despite having some sort of space illness, and
spillness.
And he his nose twitches as he sniffs the air, and he smells a tinge of copper, old, faint on the air copper. But with the limited motion of air, you guys don't really hear any fans going. There is still a residual smell of blood. And as you look around, you notice on the door, on the northern wall, the most western door, there is a small pool of blood that is leaking from under the door frame.
Hey, guys, I think the walls are spilling some blood.
The walls are bleeding?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
No,
Why would the walls? Why would they spill blood?
I don't know. Go check it out, Brawl.
Other than that, in the room, you do notice there is a slightly older model data terminal set in the northeastern corner of the room. Beyond that, the cargo area is empty, and it almost looks like it might have been stripped clean at some point.
Because I saw the blood, and then I saw the data pad, I immediately just say, well, this seems far more my speed, and I walk over towards the data pad. Not that I'm good at anything with computer. I'm just clearly avoiding the blood.
More of a terminal than a pad.
And kind of like puts his hand on Rye's shoulder and goes, "Oh, let me take a look."
I will assist.
Oh, I was gonna do the same.
I'm gonna go look at the blood.
Actually, I think I'm wrong. I think I'm actually. I forgot. I put a rank in computer, so suddenly I'm proficient.
It's all that streaming practice.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I got 24. Computers check.
24 computers check. So as you boot up the system, it takes a little while, but it does eventually become active. And you notice that there's a couple of locked files on there, and it's mostly locked because they're operating files at this point, and the computer system has gone through a lot of retrograde. You're not able to get much. The kind of up the top says Foundation Station Terminal 1, and so you have a couple of files. Most of them are corrupt, but with your check, you are able to get one working. And as you kind of are like clicking through the options, a hologram actually appears in the cargo bay. It's not based on the terminal. It's standing somewhere in kind of the middle and walking around. And it is from what you can tell, it's not like a perfect picture hologram. It's faded a little bit. You get some color, but it fades in and out from like, skin tones to like fading hologram, we'll say bluish colors. And it is either a human or humanoid male. and he's wearing like a flight suit or an engineering kind of jumpsuit, and he's got short cropped hair, and the camera is kind of like panning around. And he's speaking into the camera as he's walking around. This hologram's walking around the cargo bay.
Real quick before you get into that,
Yep.
holograms popping up out of nowhere. Is that kind of like just a phone ringing where I would be accustomed to it going off out of nowhere, or is this more like a sudden thing that maybe would spook me?
I would say due to like kind of like the stillness and the fact that it wasn't a clear option that Miller had selected, it's a little sudden, but
Making
a
it
hologram
unattractive,
tour guide or whatever is not like an unusual feature.
Okay, I've said my piece.
Okay. All right, Cam, let's try and get this one straight through this time. Setting parameters. Follow me, panoramic. Audio, me, filter everything out. Recording storage, local machines. Perfect, let's do this. Welcome to Foundation Station, the next big thing in sustainable microstations. Foundation Station was built out of the remains of the unfinished Pyramid Station Beta. The Revillian architects started the project as an improved version of their Alpha Station, but were only able to complete the Foundation level, which is where we derive our name from. Our scientists and techs have been able to convert what they started into something new, fully sufficient space station that is, relatively speaking, quick and easy to construct. Come see for yourself. My name is Bob, and I'll be your guide as you explore our pride and joy, Foundation Station. Aside, put this in Zoretta's personal file. Only play when she gets back on the station. Yeah, that's right. They've got me doing the tour, and now I'm shilling for the Goram Sporter Station Union. That's right, I'm stealing swears from Firefly now. When you get back up here, when we get that shuttle back down to you, we can talk more about this. But, yep, they picked me. Yippee. All right, Cam, let's go. And the hologram fades out.
Oh, Zoretta did say she had somebody up here.
Yeah.
Got to talk about the ghost.
That wasn't a ghost.
I'm just kidding. Scared me though.
Was he though?
In case anyone wants to do whatever check to
motive.
find out if I was serious or not, I was not serious.
If it was a more opportune time, I would totally cast holographic image and make a ghost appear. But I'm not gonna, because that's a
while
waste of
they
magic.
are fiddling around with the data
Yep.
pad. Do I notice anything at the blood wall?
Give me another perception check as you're specifically searching this area.
Sure.
Cool new band name though. The Blood Wall.
Blood wall.
I got a 9.
The blood is old. It looks like almost flakes of rust at this point as you get closer to it. The reason why you were able to see it is because there's so much of it. But otherwise, it doesn't look like a recent occurrence. And as you kind of listen, you press your large rat folk ear up to the door. You don't hear anything throughout the entire station. Again, you hear like less fans than you probably should, so something's wrong with the filtration system. The air is probably not the greatest, but it is serviceable if you choose to not wear your helmets. The station itself seems pretty still. Low auxiliary-based power, no actual population, and no clear evidence of any movement in. You don't really have a judgment to say, but based on your conversation with Zoretta, possibly years.
Due to the condition of the air and me being afraid that it might not stay around, I fish in my pocket and I pull out the stone, realize I pulled out the wrong one, put it back in my pocket, pull out the other stone and flick it above my head so that if the oxygen goes out, I'm not dead.
I didn't relay that information to you yet.
He does it anyway.
Can
it's
I
fine.
smell?
Did you
Okay,
make a
then.
perception check?
I notice the air is funny. I take out the stone.
I assumed you just had them always floating around your head, so that's fine. I'm not particularly worried about it. Although I will assume going forward that Brawl probably does not disclose information if Rai can hear it. So be careful of metagaming. And the station itself, just see a little bit. The walls in this area seem pretty pristine. They're not that much different from what you'd see in Pyramid Station Alpha. Again, same designers, same materials, same architects, theoretically. This doesn't feel that alien to you, other than the creepy stillness. The fact that you can't see anything. Normally in Pyramid Station Alpha, you can look up and see, like fake sky in the dome, which kind of, depending on the time of day or night, maybe is even somewhat transparent. Here, it feels almost like you're underground.
All right. So let's do some exploring, guys.
Sounds like a plan to me.
So this blood over here, it's pretty dry. Whatever was the cause of this happened a long time ago.
Secret joins over with the with Brawl to check the blood.
Everybody check your space chute. Space chutes.
Pew pew.
Space chutes, just in case.
The door. What kind of a door is it? Is like a old school push?
No, these are all that you can see. They all appear to be sliding doors. Standard models to Pyramid Station Alpha, which does not use push doors. All sliding doors.
No. Remember in
slide.
In episode 3, it was the push, and then they go and then
yeah,
slide.
it's still a sliding door. Yes, but
No,
the same.
but you said they're not push.
And that was
There is a
episode
push.
4. No, they're not push and pull.
No. I went like that. I didn't.
Well, that's because I was
back.
talking to Rai.
Well, you know what? I'm just gonna let this one. So it's a manual door under human power. It opens, not like an automated door like at a market basket.
Someone's fan is going on pretty loud, but or someone's got some background noise. It's fine.
I'm assuming this is a manual door, so based off of that, I'm going to stand inside of it and just say, "All right, here we go, men."
Miller unholsters his rifle.
So I'm like, my back is against the wall. My arm comes down to my side, like I'm kind of skirting along the side. My hand finds purchase on the door, and I just kind of slide it and then pull my arm back so that if anything comes rushing out, it won't hit me.
Yeah, all right. Let's talk about how doors work then, because I now understand your problem. No, there's a button you push that makes the door slide. You don't have to interact with the door itself.
Okay, well that's why I was asking 9 different times whether it was manual or not.
Well, be clear, man. Manual's so vague.
I was clear. I opened the door.
Space rocks fall once you open the door and you die. The door's locked.
Brawl cheers! Yeah!
The door's locked.
Yep.
Men, that one you can't get into.
Can we hack it?
I don't have an axe.
I want to try like slamming the door with my fist or like not slam it, but like just try to like knock it.
You want to hit the door.
Yeah,
Brawl.
unjam.
If you would be so kind.
No, Brawl is taking this action before Rai directs him to do so, Patrick.
So Brawl approaches and smashes the door. Roll, you'll hit. Roll for damage.
Oh, okay, so okay. Well, I guess that makes sense, right?
Yeah, you're not gonna miss the door unless you want to fake miss and hit Rai. Then I'd allow it.
Did it make like a locked noise or something? Like, did it say that it is physically locked, or is it just stuck?
So he pushed the door release button and it whirred and clicked, and it's just not moving. It's
Okay.
locked.
9 damage.
So you punch it. It rocks back a little bit on its rails, but does not open quite yet. Although you do feel like the door isn't that strong. If you hit on it a little bit more, you could probably bust through.
Oh, I do. Real quick after that first hit, I just put my hand up real quick and I get my head close to the door. I want to take a listen to hear if that rattled anything, woke anything up, or that's a loud noise. So I just want to see if it triggered anything.
It echoes, so you can hear it going through a little bit, and you can hear you kind of gives you the image that the station kind of goes back a little bit further, and no, you don't really hear any stirring. Although, give me a perception check. Let's see if you do hear something.
Sure thing, boss man. I do the thing. Boop. 22.
You hear a muffled, "Hey, hey," and it's, as far as you can tell, coming from the other door.
From, so not the door we're standing at, the one over by the data pad?
Correct, the door that's by the terminal.
Okay. I rush over. And, Brawl, I think you woke something.
I what?
And I boop the door.
This door opens without an issue. It sinks into the door and then into the wall a bit and then slides open, because that's how doors work. And you see a short-ish hallway. And at the end, you see a form that I don't know if Rye would recognize, but the party would recognize from the data pad as Sisken the Hiveless. This is a Formian, a relatively big humanoid ant-like creature, and it's got a couple of its limbs seem to have been possibly blown off by the fact that they're kind of littering the hallway a little bit, and they're bleeding heavily, slumped at what appears to be an intersection in this kind of little hallway you guys have found. Off to the side, there are 3 doors in this short 5, 10, 15, 20, 20-foot hallway. There's one on the left, one on the right, kind of right as you enter the hallway, and then a little bit further down towards where Sisken is, there's another door on the right.
That I would not recognize this person.
I don't know if you were looking at the data pad when they were speaking. I think Zero was the one who interacted with Sisken.
Yeah.
I think it was me and Miller.
Yeah.
Oh, I was over by the body.
Yeah. Miller takes a couple steps to the door and kind of shouts out, "You must be Sisken the Hiveless."
It raises one of its, like quasi furry appendages in greeting, and then spits out some greenish gunk.
I wave.
You don't look to be in a good place right now. Do you need some help?
Maybe if you could maybe gather up a couple of my legs, and if you have medical facilities, that'd be great.
Don't think I can help you out with that there, brother.
How about a goddamn med pack?
Do you have a med pack on you? I can help you out. I am kind of proficient in medicine, but I don't have tools.
He looks down. Most of his clothing has been charred or blown away. He doesn't seem to have any equipment on him. The door closest to him, that one that's kind of up on the right in the hallway, actually looks like it's got some blackened edges around it. Although beyond that, you can't really tell exactly what happened.
What attacked you?
Grenades, I guess.
I did.
Yeah.
I did not do that.
Oh, jeez.
I will let it be known. That one was not me.
I didn't make it very far. I was
Yeah.
looking for that stupid book. And all I did was open the door and step in, and the goddamn room exploded. And there's a little bit of me, and there's a little bit of me, and I'm pretty sure I'm bleeding out.
Miller, don't we have any clothes we could use to possibly stop the bleeding?
I mean, I guess we have some, left over.
I mean, you can use
scraps
mine,
from-
and I give my the crappy cloak or whatever that we bought in.
All right.
Mine didn't those clothes melt off basically?
Oh,
I don't think Seeker was wearing them still. No.
Well, mine, I'm pretty sure I was wearing them, so I'm just going to erase them from my inventory.
Yeah, that's fine. The acid fog was melting away at the homespun tunics.
So Miller goes, all right, we might be able to stop the bleeding. Hey, Brawl, you want to give me a hand moving him out to the cargo bay here?
Yeah, let's go.
Friend.
So between the two of us, we try to pull him out into, a little bit better and, more accessible area.
I just kind of lean over them and ask, you wouldn't happen to be able to regrow those appendages, would you? Or would you? What? Hopefully.
Do I look like some kind of a lizard?
You said he was Formian, right?
Yeah.
What do I know about Formian?
Give me whatever your role is. I think it's life science, right?
Yeah. So it's this plus 8. You're gonna roll. There we go. 26.
26. Oh yeah. Okay, you're pretty good. You're pretty well aware of them. They are.
Are they rare too? Because I get a bonus.
No, they wouldn't be particularly rare. I'm trying to find out where they get into the. So that just by the the build of this particular one, that you're probably looking at a warrior class of a Formian, and like the traditional ant structure, they have workers, warriors, and then they have a variety of different types. This would be the warrior class. They resemble giant ants with humanoid upper bodies. They carve their chitinous plates with insignias reflecting their individual names and achievements. Yeah, they traditionally are part of a hive, which they share a telepathic link with, which is why they're so known for effective coordination. And within the hive, they should have castes and things like that. Castes? I don't know. Cased, thank you. Let's see. Do I have anything else on here? That would be useful to you. They're most common on Castrovel. They originally they have a high tension rate with the Lashunta because for millennia there was basically a race war between Formians trying to take over Castrovel and specifically exterminate Lashunta, and Lashunta equally have some really bad blood with the Formians. I will say that that's no longer the case.
Okay.
They've adapted to technology and grown off of the planet. But when they were, still based on Castrovel, a lot of bloodshed.
All right.
So I wouldn't be going out of my way necessarily to... Well, maybe I would. I don't know.
It would really depend on you. And your relationship with Formians probably wasn't bad, but your families might have been. Either way, they're a medium-sized, monstrous humanoid. You know that they are... pretty strong, especially their warriors. It's a little weird that this guy is called Sisken the Hiveless and rolling by himself, but I don't. If you have any other specific questions, I'm happy to give them to you.
Could they regrow limbs?
No, God no.
Okay, all right. I mean, because that was a valid.
That straight up was. I thought.
All right. Well then, we pull him out into the open.
So what limbs is he missing exactly?
Basically all of them, right?
So the way they've got it is they've got the humanoid torso with the kind of like ant-like head, and they've got 2 arms. He's got both of his arms. On his left side, he should have 2 legs, kind of in his abdomen area. Not his abdomen. What's his carapace, whatever? What was that?
Thorax.
The thorax is butt.
I think so. Yeah.
We don't know our bug anatomy. Sorry, guys. His 2 legs that would be on that side have been blown off. The 2 legs on his right side are just charred and blackened, but they are still functional. He is effectively hobbled.
Gotcha. Just want to make sure that if we're trying to save this guy, that he's not going to be,
spitting acid breath at you.
Yeah.
Hey guys,
And
how come the scans didn't show any life signs? Yet, right here, the first door we open, there happens to be life.
maybe he was teetering on the edge of life.
I'm mostly
Dead.
dead. And I don't know if you could tell, I'm actively dying while you guys are talking. You guys actually woke me up. I was just gonna fade from existence, in a minute or so. You done woke me up. Maybe your ship didn't pick up on that.
Yeah. All right.
You got a shot with us two working on you.
Yeah. So
you guys are able to drag him into his area. You guys do see a little bit more on your way down, though. You guys see that the hallway, it's like a T intersection. There are a couple more doors in this really tight hallway, no bigger than 5 foot wide. This is like a tight hallway, and at the T intersection where he was kind of in the middle of, if you were to go eastward, it looks like that part of the station is actually caved in, and you think that might be where you saw the massive amount of damage from outside. Probably matches there pretty well. If you go to the left, if you go west, you're heading towards a door that looks like it probably goes or likely goes behind the door that is locked. It's going towards that same area.
Siskel, could you perhaps? Siskel, could you perhaps just point with? I point at the healthiest limb. That one. Which door made you like this?
I'm looking to see how many fingers they have first.
While that's going on, he's Miller is stripping the clothing of what Seeker gave him into like strips and whatnot, getting ready to kind of make bandages.
It doesn't quite look like he has enough fingers to do the middle finger. However, being that you guys are both from the planet Castrovel, he does what you recognize as a rude gesture and chooses not to help you.
Well, useful as always, you and your kind.
Seeker does that same gesture to Rye.
I have a smile. I look over at him. I lose the smile.
All right. So do we want to?
We're gonna medicine check this.
Yeah, let's do this thing. All right. This plus
Who's
8.
taking point and who's doing?
Damn it. I got a 14.
What are you rolling?
Medicine.
You do get a +2.
16.
I have medicine, but it's not much.
Roll.
But I could help.
See if you can help.
Well, what is that? I was just
I got
looking at
5.
like a 15 stops the bleeding.
14.
Oh, I have medicine.
All right.
I have ranks in medicine.
That
I will
means
help.
18.
I will help. Hold on. I don't have a button for that. God dang it. It's
Medicine's actually one of the only skills I don't have, so.
18.
You have a 6 in
All
medicine?
right. So so a total of 20.
You guys, so because of the way his body is kind of constructed, it's not an easy thing to do a tourniquet because you have to basically go over the entire whatever each side of that part of the body was. However, with the 4 of you working on it, you're able to kind of quickly tie and knot some clothing together. You guys are running low on your clothing supplies. Maybe you should buy bandages. And you guys are able to kind of get like a makeshift tourniquet around the entire creature's lower body. And it's enough where the bleeding stops. He's still it is still very close to becoming unconscious from already loss of blood. Likely the creature's in shock. And Seeker, as you're touching it, you realize the life signs on this thing are extremely faint. You're a little surprised the creature still's alive. If you guys don't have a way to heal it, even a little bit, it might just expire while you guys are exploring. Not that I care. I'm just letting you know where you're at.
I sigh, very clearly not happy that that I have to do this. But I walk over to him. I look at him. I go, I better not lose a crew member because of this. And I take out my healing serum and sprinkle it liberally around its mandible.
I believe it's a shot.
Yeah.
It's like yeah, but he's there's a foot away,
Take it. I use it like an asthma inhaler a foot away from its face. Just squirt.
all right, roll for the heals.
1d8.
Of course I don't have a button for that.
Just roll /1d.
Well, that's what I'm doing. Shut up. 6.
All right, so as the shot goes in, a little bit of the tension that was being carried in the creature's body kind of relaxes, and it's like between its mandibles, it hisses out, "Thanks." And
We should
passes
probably
out
get him on the ship.
peacefully.
Yeah, his ship is here too, right?
His ship is there. I'm going to really quickly walk you through it. You guys check it out. It actually is something that is made for Formians and requires the use of multiple limbs to fly, which he's no longer capable of.
No.
So what I'd like to do then is maybe we'll put him in it, and then I'll program like his last known location or something like that, or one of his last known locations from his autopilot or from his flight logs.
That isn't what's it called?
It is Planet
Rebel.
Rebel.
Yeah.
And it looks like the only location he has is actually to a larger ship, which is currently based on Rebel. This was his personal craft that is part of the transport that he came down with the mercenaries with.
In that case, can we set it on a course back to that ship and put out a distress signal?
Yeah.
I'll suggest
totally.
do that then.
Right.
Okay, yeah, you guys set it up on the ship, and then you set it to return home.
Before you do that, take a quick look for anything that looks like medical supplies, food, any perishables, anything like that.
On the ship? On a ship?
On his little ship.
It's a tight ship. It's made. They're very sparse. He crams in. He's able to manipulate it, and it's not much more than that. It is very small transport.
So it's a ship for one?
It's a ship for one, and even then, though it's because of the way the Formian's body is constructed, you're not sure, other than the Yosoki, you're not sure a humanoid would like comfortably fit in there and be able to actually pilot the thing. I will say you do find a personal data pad.
Take the pad.
Okay.
Couldn't we have Stevenson look after him?
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, why?
Huh?
Well, I mean, it's basically just setting him off to die in the space if we shoot him off in his own ship.
He can't pilot the thing.
I would say you guys are sending it back to Revel, where there is some population, and he's sending a distress signal. So it's likely or at least it's possible, the Border Space Union ship that you guys know is on the south pole of that planet could theoretically pick them up.
How many days travel?
It'll be
4 days.
4.
I don't think he's gonna make it on his own. It doesn't have like a life support system or anything like that?
Well, the ship has life support that he'd need. It doesn't have like medicine or medical like facilities, but it would have like air and stuff.
I mean, checking this out
to see if I think he'd be able to survive. I can't do that with medicine. That's life science, which I don't have. Never mind.
So, from what we can tell on
do.
this one-person ship, he doesn't have anything for like food stores for himself either.
No. Maybe you see like crumbs and stuff, but it's not well equipped.
I think
So
we should
as-
take him.
Yeah,
Was he planning on living on here then?
I'm sure he didn't expect to lose 2 of his limbs.
You guys gonna read the data pad?
Yes.
Okay. It's unlocked. He wasn't expecting anyone to be on this end of it. You get a couple of quick things, and I'll just kind of parse through them. One, apparently they found a ship manifest for the crashed ship. I forget, what model did we say the ship was? Did we say that was a transport from the station, or was that the courier ship? It was supposed to be the courier ship, but I don't remember anymore.
You talking about the PSB-1?
Is that what it was? The ship that crashed in the swamp?
Yeah, last trip was 10 years ago, transport ship.
Okay, and that's the one that crashed into the swamp.
Yep.
Perfect. They did have a ship manifest from that ship. There was nothing on it other than it came from Pyramid Station Beta. Strangely, the transponder for the Magistrate's courier ship was on it, but it was extracted from the original courier ship. He doesn't really go too much into like why he thinks that is, but he does think it's odd. But he does know that's why the distress signal that the Magistrate got was attached to that ship. So you guys have a background to what I'm talking about. The whole reason why your mission started is because the Magistrate got a distress signal years after an item was supposed to be delivered to him from a ship he thought lost forever, and it had crashed on Revel. When you guys got there, it was a transport shuttle.
I gotcha.
So it's the wrong ship, basically, that it was on.
Yeah, the transponder, which is something that's not supposed to leave the ship, that it originates from, was transplanted to that ship.
All right.
All right. Also on there, he explains that he's attempting to him personally. He's lost his companions Quarrel, the Vesk, and Fuscat, the Dragonkin. Thank you. He knows that if he can get this job done and fast before the magistrate sends any more crew, he might actually still be able to make a pretty penny if he gets the book, which he has every reason to believe is still on Pyramid Station Beta.
But he has no food stores to get him back to wherever he was.
I say we take him on the ship.
I
We'll
will
sort
say-
it out after we explore.
He probably doesn't need to eat as much as you guys.
Do we know that?
Miller would.
Yeah, he doesn't need to eat as much as we do.
So we've stabilized him and he's not bleeding anymore, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I still think Hutch has got it right. Just send him back home.
I don't think that was a death sentence. In my opinion, I'm not killing him for that. He might still die for other things, but that's not what's killing him.
I rolled a 17 life science. Would I have an idea of whether or not he would make it safely?
Well, the DM just said he
yeah,
would.
I know, but I'm just
Yeah, Seeker chimes in and says
character, come on.
it might not be comfortable, but he will make it.
Well, I
mean,
wasn't
I
saying
assume
you to
he's
do it
probably
in
gonna end
character. I was saying I was doing this in character as to not metagame.
I imagine he would end up being unconscious for his entire voyage anyways.
Possible.
I push the button that sends him back.
Done. This can is gone. You guys have officially saved someone.
Hooray.
You guys weren't the most altruistic about it, however. I mean, it's better than the dragonkin you butchered, so yeah, okay, so far so good.
What do you mean?
I wasn't part of that one.
I sacrificed one of my health potions.
I sacrificed one of my health potions too on the Dragonkin, and you see where that got me?
Well, that was because he was ornery.
I like that Miller is actively scarred by his crimes. To keep this dungeon flowing, though, what are you guys doing?
I'm going to summon Unseen Servant.
Okay.
What is that?
Huh?
What is that?
So, everybody, I would like you to meet my Unseen Servant here. Of course, you can't see him because he's invisible.
Oh.
But
Hold on. I sigh. My fingers come to the bridge of my nose, and I just say, "Seeker,
yes,
talked about this. You don't have friends that people can't see."
my Unseen Servant goes and places a not a hand, but Rai can just feel something like a hand on his shoulder.
I don't even open up my eyes, and I say, "No, I don't care how many times you touch my shoulder, Seeker.
I'm over here.
You don't what?
I'm over here. That's my servant.
There's a shrieky noise that comes from me as I jump away.
Brawl kind of like extends his hand out into the space where like Seeker gestured over to and sees if there's like anything tangible.
You'd feel some. It's a force creature, so yeah, you'd probably feel something there, but it wasn't. It's probably not like solid.
Yeah.
Um.
Just for his own confirmation, not for.
Well, he's going to be opening doors for us today.
All right. He's gonna help us find some pots and whatnot, huh?
Seeker,
Let's do this thing then.
Seeker, is
Considering I don't think any of us want to open the door after opening one blew up our friend there.
I do kind of like my legs.
So I start waving my hands, not really all that slow or carefully, around in the area in a general disdain of ghosts and ghost-like things. So, Seeker, is it sentient?
No. It does
Okay,
what I say.
You do what I say, you're still sentient.
Well, yeah, but this is just a force. That's all it literally is. Magical
So-
force.
Just to confirm, it's not murder, right? Repeat.
It can't harm anything.
No,
No,
if
he's
not
asking.
murder to what is this hard? I just look over at Miller.
Seeker just goes purple, like all his circuits go purple. I don't quite understand where you're going with this.
Send him off. Just in case it's lost out of character, I was asking if it is murder to kill this
an
thing.
unseen servant.
No, it's not an actual thing. It is literally just magic force.
Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out because I legitimately don't know what that is.
Well, it's magic, so I just kind of assume it's just magic.
It's a Patronus.
I can't find the Starfinder version. Is it the same as Unseen Servant from Pathfinder? In
Pretty much. It is one invisible, mindless, shapeless servant.
Okay, great. I didn't know.
But it doesn't. It can only walk. It can't fly, climb, or swim. Base speed of 15 feet, and it weighs 20 pounds, or at least it can exert 20 pounds of pressure.
Yep. Strength score of 2. It can lift up to 20 pounds or 2 bulk, or drag up to 100 pounds or 10 bulk.
Okay.
It can trigger traps and such, but can't exert enough force to activate certain pressure plates and other devices.
I got you. And what's its HP? Is it 6 HP still?
Yes.
Do you know that from off the top of your head?
Yes.
I have it in my book right here.
So, what are you doing with your Unseen Servant?
Well, right now it's following us around. Depending on which door we want to go to, it will open whatever door.
Why don't we send your intrepid servant out to the front?
I don't know if I can share. I don't think I share perception with it at all. I don't. Well, is there a door we want to open?
Is that thing going to be able to keep up? It looks pretty slow.
It is a bit slow, but that's okay.
So, what's the very first door that we come across? Because I just can't see the map all that well on my...
There is a door on the right as you get into the hallway almost immediately. This is the hallway where you found Sisken. There is a door on the left a little bit past that. And at the very end of the hallway, there's a kind of slightly charred door on the right.
Do any of the doors have writing on them? Or labels or anything like that?
No, in this hallway, nothing is labeled. That's a good question. Later on, I will let you know when there are labels. There are labels in the station.
Okay, is the third one door ajar, or is it closed and charred? Okay, it's closed and charred.
Closed and charred. The door frame is charred. The door itself is fine.
Gotcha. Okay, so since we don't have any information to go off of besides the third one looking dangerous, I'm going to do a perception check around the frame of the door to see if I see anything that doesn't look like it would normally be on a door.
Yeah. Roll perception, please.
Word will do. 20.
You aren't able to notice anything that looks unusual. Doesn't look like the door frame's been tampered with at all.
Okay, so I'm going to stand out of the way of the door and hit the button to open it, unless that's not allowed.
No, the button opens the door fine.
I kind of peek around the corner.
Give me a new perception check.
New perception check. 15.
Yeah, and this is door 1. Let me do a reveal of this.
I put numbers on just to make it easier for us.
Yeah, you're calling this room room 1. Again, that's not super useful for audio, so I'll probably still keep using. So that first room on the right, it was a little seating room. There's a chair, a table, and another door a little bit further in. It looks like this might be a really small domicile, a little tiny micro living space.
That ant person should have been in there instead. It looks a bit more comfy.
Don't think he could make it there under his own power.
And for the purposes of Rye's location, you are up here kind of peeking through the door. What are you guys doing?
I'd like to press near to door 2.
Pressing near to door 2. I don't need a perception check for that. You don't. There's no sound.
Okay. Then I want to do much the same that Rye did. I'd like to press the button and kind of stand off to the side of the doorway.
The door opens
That
fine.
is Miller.
My bad. Y'all look the same to me.
One's gray.
And let me show you. Yeah, so on this room on the left, it is a bedroom. There is a couch, some more some kind of furniture, some dressers, maybe a chest in there, like a chest of drawers or something like that, a footlocker or two, and a a bed. This one looks to be it's bigger. It's about twice the size, and it does have an actual bed and sleeping space. And there's another door, if I'm not mistaken. This map is actually a little.
Right there.
I think that's another door. Yeah, I think there's a door set in the northern area of the wall.
Ah, this would have been an even better room.
I look at Seeker without saying anything, just an expression on my face like, how do you?
Brawl,
do I
as
what?
he's asking, can I get a
I'm
perception
not
check from
saying
Brawl?
Oh, you're not saying
out. It's just the face of like
I can read you telepathically.
eyebrows down, just like how
That is a strong 7.
Okay.
Strong 7.
7.
Thanks, guys.
I
right.
want the unseen servant to open the door 3.
Open door 3.
Yep.
as
Second
long
door
as-
on the right for those.
Yeah, so
door 3 is the
yeah.
second door. That's the one,
one that
that's
exploded.
hard around the edges. Is someone going to peek in the room? Because the door opens.
Okay.
Brawl's pretty much right there unless somebody else wants to check it.
So Brawl's going to kind of peek in when the door opens and there's no violence.
I can assure you, I do not want to peek in that room.
All right, so inside this room, it actually looks a little bit more like chaos. Something was clearly detonated in this room. It was a decent level of explosive. It charred the entire corner where the door is. And there was a desk with chairs in there. The desk is in half and charred, smoking a little bit still. Chairs obliterated so that there's upholstery everywhere. And anything that would have been salvageable in the room is in shards, crumpled pieces. And there's like one of the little knee joints from the Formian's leg is hanging out in this room.
Nice.
Can I determine the
Source?
the source of the blast? If I were to look around the room? Like if it came from the floor, the ceiling, around the door, corner.
It's really charred. The whole area is kind of blackened. I hate to keep making you guys roll perception, but give me another perception roll, and I'll let you know if you kind of get lucky and catch a wind of it.
I got a 10.
No, it's just too charred. Everything in there is so blackened and beaten to crap that you really can't tell.
Gotcha.
Great.
It's just a big old room of black char. Can't really determine much more than that. It's a mess in here.
Now, what is this at the end of the hallway?
So some of these things are just kind of graphical things from the map, which, by the way, we are using. This is technically Argos Station from zerohour.com. That was like a thermostat for the area, some sensor readings, just kind of junk. Nothing that you guys would really have any use interacting with.
All right.
Okay. Was there anything of interest in the rooms that we opened? Or was it mostly
There
just
was if you guys wanted to go rifling through, there are drawers and stuff and some foot lockers, and it looks relatively untouched.
I might as well go take a look at those foot lockers then, just to make sure there's nothing in them. That'd be useful.
Can we do
so
can
as
we do
you
this
hold
in
up,
initiative
as you
order?
step into the room and step on the tripwire that you guys were unable to see with your folks perceptifying into the room, I need you to make a reflex save.
Can we do things in initiative order? Just
If
so
you guys
that-
would like, we can do that. After Seeker explodes, yeah, you totally
Yeah.
can.
Awesome.
just so we all have a chance to do stuff.
That's fair.
14.
Seeker, give me a reflex. What was that?
14.
You are able to kind of duck around the corner and avoid most of the blast as 2 grenades, nestled in the corner, detonate. They were under some debris, tucked in the wall, maybe a little bit in the vent. They explode. You take 2 points of damage. The room itself, though, everything in here pretty much gets obliterated. You, again, duck around the corner, so you avoid most of it. The room does not.
Okay,
the blast.
okay. He goes completely. All of his circuitry goes white, as he is just really scared now. Yes. So there's tripwires, and unseen servant's going to be going into every room first now.
I rush over, hearing the explosion, knowing the possibility that my, for lack of a better term, friend might be in danger, and upon seeing that he's mostly okay, I just kind of take I take the same general demeanor that Miller had, wiping the guts off of, or the brains off of me, and I just kind of brush the dirt and debris off of his shoulder and take some fluff out of his hair from the blown up mattresses, and I think you'll be fine.
You didn't drop those grenades, did you?
Not everything.
Getting
My
flashbacks.
fault, Seeker. Do we still have access to the door to the Nerth?
Door to the Nerth.
The door that was inside of the boom boom room that Seeker just blew up.
Yeah, you have no problem getting there.
Okay.
You're walking through like charred smoke and rubble. Can I get a perception check from you again, Rye?
Balls. 24 with the highest possible I could.
Finally. So you notice two things.
Thank you.
I forgot what one of them was, so I'm gonna have to come back to that.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm back to it. I remembered it. So you notice a couple things. The shell for the grenades you find, they're actually not traditional grenades. They are explosives, but they are almost more akin to like mining or demolition charges. They are not weaponized materials. So this was some sort of like really homebrew, slightly rush job trap. Additionally, despite it being blackened and charred and dented and damaged, you actually see that the tripwire is actually a motion sensor that is kind of almost like really flush to the wall, and you would have missed it otherwise. But now that you know kind of what to look for and where Seeker triggered it, you are able to pick up on the tripwire, and you do know that you would be able to see it. The way you trigger it is by walking through it, and it just picks you up. You are able to like lean into a room and now kind of look around the corner to see if it has that exact setup. You'd be able to notice it now without needing a perception check.
Sweet.
The perception check, just so you guys know to find it without having this, was a 21, which you rolled just under last time.
So I inform the party
Yes.
of what I found. I urge them to please be careful, and I'm just going to make stuff up here that I think is probably accurate, that while I may not have proven do it in character. Men, now I know that I may not have instilled much confidence in you with my previous forays into explosives, but I have spent a little bit of time looking them up on the internet, which is still a thing.
The infosphere.
That one. Thank you, disembodied voice. And I can assure you that these are not normal, and also may be dangerous even if we don't set them off. Just a guess, not saying for sure, but these are definitely homemade. The last space adventure that I was watching, what I'm basing this voice off of, did not deal with such treachery. So I don't know how to handle this.
We jump over them.
No, I mean, I sound joyful. I'm just apologizing if I don't sound sincere. Still working on this voice. And I boop the next room.
All the rooms are open here. Oh, you go into the northern room. Okay.
Yes.
So it opens up into like a, looks like a little access hallway, and it does get you deeper into the station. But it looks like it was kind of something that like, this room probably belonged to an engineer or something for it to have access to this little engineering area. And again, the control unit that you find there is not super useful. It's like living controls and things like that. Nothing relevant to your search.
Okay, so I don't even need to do a perception to see if there's anything useful in this room?
No, it's like some engineering access hatches, like a fuse box, basically. You found a fuse box.
Oh, okay.
I will say across you to the north, you do see a door that would lead, northeast, you'll see a door that leads back into the hallway you found Sisken, and where the party is right now. And then due north from you, you see another little door, presumably to another room.
This one right here?
Yep. You walk up to that room, and as you get there, you do notice there is a hallway, like an especially tight little hallway, that gives you some view now more west, and you think you're looking to the area that's directly behind the locked door from the hangar bay, from that little cargo area. You also notice right across your line of sight a massive pool of dried blood.
Okay, are we starting initiative order?
Sorry, yes, please roll for initiative, guys. Thank you, Seeker.
I win.
Yeah, wow.
I have a 29.
29. I saw 2 nat 20s in this roll. Oh no, was the 20 from the other thing?
You also saw Nat 1 from Guess Who.
Wait, what happened?
Bro, come on.
I think it's roll 20. Roll 20 just doesn't like me.
I've legitimately almost never rolled above a 10 for initiative, and I'm continuing that trend now.
Blair.
Do you want to switch with my rolls?
No, that was me for the past 3 years. Do you know how nice it is to
Seeker,
not be
Miller, Rye.
you right now? Because you're me from the past 3 years.
I don't want to be Pat. I like being Nick.
Well, this is you're still Nick. You're just taking over that responsibility. Thank you.
Hero,
You're a good friend.
with your new information, what do you want to do?
So I obviously don't have a clue what Rye just found. So
No, right now, just now? Yeah, not yet.
so I think I'd probably start by checking the first room. First, I'd look for that tripwire.
It's there.
So I'll, from what I see, does it look like it's just at, what does it say, or like lower leg level?
So it's a little bit of a weird thing. It's not a wire. It's more of like a sensor.
Well,
and
what I want to know is, does the sensor look like it's just one single beam across, or does it look like it could cover the whole door?
It's hard to say. It could cover the whole door. It's not so much you could reach it from where you are, and you're pretty confident you can reach it without triggering it. But the way the sensor's angled, you really can't say if it's like something you could just step over or if you would risk tripping it. I will say you can kind of reach your hand around to it without kind of putting yourself in a danger zone. You could try and disable it. It doesn't look that complicated.
All right, I suppose I'd try to do that then. And
Give me an engineering check, please.
All right, that's what I thought I'd do.
Seeker's staying away from that door.
27.
Yeah, you actually you see it's a really you crush it with your hand and pull it away. No problem.
Right. And then I guess I would go from there, and I would look and see if there's anything useful in the room, and then if there's nothing else, I'd go open the next door.
All right, I'm going to let you search the room and open the next door, and then I'll go to the next player. So first let me reveal the next area, which it looks like it's the bedroom unit attached to this living area. There's a bed, a couple of bookshelves and things like that, and when you do a quick peek around the corner, there is no trap set up in here. So searching through both of the rooms, what do you find? Oh, okay. Looks like you actually found the room of a. It's a weird setup. There's almost like a trophy display of some like fake model weapons, and you do find some equipment, maybe either like a hunter or some sort of gun aficionado. You find 30 small arm rounds. You find a tent, which is, it calls itself a mobile hotelier. I don't know what version of tent that is, but there you go. 25 rounds for a long arm or sniper. 20 heavy rounds. And ceremonial plate for troop. And casual station wear. The ceremonial plate is really cheap. I don't actually know what that is. It's on page 196 of the book. But that's what you found.
What was
a
the
decent
last
amount. Station wear casual, which is on page 196 as well. It's like nicer clothing that you would wear out for like a night on the town, let's say. I think based on the cost, I'm assuming that's what it is.
Miller would love it.
All right. Next up is Miller.
All right. So he moves up here, up north here. Is this a door too?
Yeah, there's a door to the north, and then 5 more feet in south is another door.
All right. So Miller's gonna push the door open. Push it to open the door.
Yeah, the door opens, no problem.
Mhm.
And I should probably reveal it, I guess is what you're waiting
Yeah.
for. And it looks to be next to the room that Rye is currently looking at. Actually, you can't see Rye. He's behind the door. Don't worry about that. Into this room, it's another seating area with a table. It looks like a kind of a living room space.
All right. Are there any doors in there?
No,
No.
this one looks to be a separate unit.
All right. Then he's gonna move and open the door to the south.
The door to the south. Okay. And in here, you see what looks to be sort of like semi-office. It has a computer terminal and like a chair and a desk and a safe.
Is there one of those sensors in there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna try to disable it.
Yep.
Don't blow up the room.
Unfortunately, like you're just having issue kind of reaching your hand around to get to it. You try and manhandle it. You don't feel very confident that you've disabled it though.
Okay.
What is the check to disarm?
It's engineering.
Okay.
Okay.
We
Is there
roll
anything
so
else?
well.
Was there anything else you'd like to do?
I mean, I'm gonna try to get in there once my turn rolls around again.
Okay. All right. So you'll hold off. Seeker, what do you want to do?
I think Rye's got. Not Rye. Miller's got that one handled. So I'm going to come over here and have my my unseen servant open the other remaining door to the north, to the right-hand side of the T.
So there's actually 2 more doors to the north. One is
Okay.
partially buried by rubble. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm going to go ahead and say that room is crushed enough that you're not able to access it.
Okay.
And as you get further into the east of the station, it just seems to be blocked off due to all of the rubble. In this room that you open, your unseen servant opens the door in, it is a little bedroom. There's a chest in there and a sleeping space and maybe a chair.
Is there a tripwire?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to try to dismantle that. So, engineering. What's my engineering at? 9. Okay. So, 9. 28.
Yeah, you have no problem reaching through there. I'm basically unplugging it from the wall, and that's all it needed. These were hastily put together. Despite them being everywhere, this doesn't seem to be a feature. This looks to be something somebody went around and did. So you are able to disable it, no problem.
Okay. And check out that chest for traps first. Just in case.
No, chest is not trapped. I'm not.
Okay.
I'll give you that.
All right. What's in that chest?
And it's a mimic.
In the inside of the chest, you find a serum of healing Mark 1
Ooh.
and carbon skin graphite from page 196 of the rulebook.
Is that armor? What is that?
I have no idea. That's why I told you the page number.
Oh.
It's
Give me
expensive,
a second.
so it's probably useful.
One more of these. And carbon skin graphite.
Yeah. Well, I would do carbon skin. Graphite's the type of carbon skin that it is.
Oh, okay.
And you guys have
What page is that?
What?
Um,
196?
196? Okay.
yeah, 197. Real quick, guys, do you want me to be writing this down in group loot, or are you guys?
I've written mine down.
Writing everything.
All right. I'm
I'd
sorry?
probably recommend group loot, honestly.
Okay.
And you guys have now searched basically what looks to be a little residential block. There's one room that Rye's at that hasn't been searched yet, but otherwise, you guys kind of get the feel. This is a small residential block within Pyramid Station Beta. You notice all of the rooms, at least their entryways, have been booby-trapped. However, none of the rooms seem to have had stuff taken from them. And it's a bit of an unusual setup, the way it's been done. You're not really getting much in terms of context as to what the hell's going on here. Seeker, I think that's your turn, and we'll go with that. Rye, what are you doing now? You gonna open that room to the north of you?
Yes, sir.
All right, and that should be the rest of this block has now been made visible to you guys. It is another sleeping domicile with a chest at the end of a bed and like a little stool. All of these rooms are very austere. They look almost like the beds are cots. They're not luxurious setups.
So same checks as everyone.
Oh yeah, there's definitely one of those little sensors sitting in the corner when you look around the door.
I'm gonna blow myself up attempting to yeah. 8.
Yeah, unfortunately you kind of put your hand right in front of the sensor while you're trying to like pull out the
Absolutely.
plug and make a reflex save.
Sure thing.
Please roll high.
Not good. Worse than before.
You're not even really able to get your arm out of there. You hear the click, and instead of pulling your arm back like any instinctual being would do, you say spoop, and the room detonates. These demolition charges go off in the corner of the room. You take 6 points of damage as your arm is like smashed into the door frame behind you, and you kind of slump into the hallway.
I take how much?
6 points of damage.
Awesome.
That's not how I wanted to do that.
I wish that I did it in the opposite way that I wanted to, which was going to ask if the room looked like it had been taken care of and was it free of dust, but I didn't do that in the proper order, so now I never get to know.
No, now it's full of dust and debris and burning mattress.
I angrily kick open the door between me and I don't realize Miller's on the other side, but I angrily kick open that door.
Yeah, as you kick open the door, Miller is also trying to fiddle one of the traps and just kind of looks up at you, and your arm just kind of looks rough. What's your stamina points, by the way? I don't think I have an update. I have your stamina at 6. Is that accurate?
It is now.
Oh, wait. So okay, I have your level 1 stats. So you're now at 6.
Yes.
All right, so you're
That's
not feeling
not
too
bad.
bad. Your arm looks like scuffed and like charred, but you didn't take any actual real damage from that.
Yeah. So I just look at him as he's doing. Yeah.
Yo. I take it and go too well over there.
I take it right.
You guys
I
know
keep
these
the door
explosions are
in
relatively
open.
loud. They are echoing throughout the station. Brawl, you're up.
And
All
as
right.
it transitions to his turn, I just keep angrily kicking the door.
With anger, temper. I'm going to, after hearing the explosion and then after hearing the door get kicked open, I'm going to proceed down the hallway that Seeker and Miller went down, and cut to the left, which is the way Miller went. And
Yeah, you're
I
heading
see,
west in the station. Yep.
Yep. I see Rye there angrily kicking the door.
Oh, kicking it hard.
Things not go well for you?
Kick.
I asked the same thing.
Kick.
Huh. He's just
And then-
kicking around, huh? Just
Kick.
kicking it.
I'm going to try to get by both of them.
No problem. It's a
I
tight
stopped
hallway,
kicking
but it's
it.
still able to like, excuse me, pardon me, sneak
Just
up,
kind of deftly dodge one of Rye's kicks as I pass by, because I'm small enough to do so, I would imagine.
I was gonna stop kicking as you came by.
Okay, that works.
And
then
you
you're
notice
your safe distance.
as you're entering the next area, another pool of dried blood, going a little bit further west, and it truncates in like the end of the hallway with another computer terminal.
All right, and then I'm actually going to do a double move to make it over here and take a gander in this open area.
So unless we encounter something that requires movement to be an issue, I'll let you guys kind of move a little bit outside of the means of your standard speed. So don't feel necessarily burdened by that. You are able to move in there. You have found the area behind the first cargo doors you guys tried to open. There is liberal splashes of dried blood throughout all this floor. As you step into it, the lights in this area are all functioning. So it is a much brighter room that you have entered. The auxiliary systems in here seem to be functioning a little bit better. There are a number of doors into rooms. Looks like there's probably 4 doors. One northwest, southwest, one northeast, southeast, that go into different areas that make up this little hallway, and then directly across from you is a little nook where there's a computer terminal nestled inside. If you look north, like due north, there is another door that looks like it's slightly different than the rest, and you suspect it probably leads further into the station itself.
Do I notice, like, I definitely see the pools of blood, but do I see, like, trails of it going off it to any of the other doors or deeper in?
No, it all seems to have kind of pooled about in certain areas, and that's it. And it has, like I said, it's very, very, very dry and flaky.
Okay. Does it seem like it's a Yosoki-sized pool of blood, or like a...
It's hard to say because any species can have so much fluid inside of its body that would be really hard to say, because it could be a Yosoki that bled out entirely or a dragonkin that bled a little bit. I will say it is red, like it was rusty, so it's probably not certain species that don't bleed red. I will definitely say you're not able to say if it's Yosoki-sized or not.
Okay. Guys, looks like we've got a pretty fair amount of blood over here.
What's it taste like?
From the background, is it mine?
No, it's too far away from you.
Kick, 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 kick.
Did you taste it?
No, I haven't tasted it.
Oh, all right. I recommend you don't do that.
Do you want my unseen servant over there?
I just walk over
Too
to
bad you're
Brawl.
getting it anyways.
There's also a computer down the hall here.
Computer?
You hear from the distance.
We're all. Do
Actually-
you want to do anything else?
No.
Zero, you're up.
All right. So I'd start walking down the hallway north and then back to where Miller is. And do I see him like still sitting there fiddling, trying to reach a trap?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. I'd offer assistance and attempt to disable it.
Please roll high.
16.
Yeah, you're able to reach kind of over. You're able to get the plug out of the wall, and you're good to go.
All right. I hand the bomb to Miller and then continue to proceed.
That
down
is just the
hallway.
sensor, not the bomb itself. But yeah.
All right. I hand Miller the sensor.
Thanks, it's just out of reach.
Proceed down the hall, and then before actually entering like the big hallway, I'd like to look around this corner. See if
Which
there's a
corner are
trap.
you looking in?
Like these corners for the one of the sensors.
For the audio.
Oh, before you step into like the. So what you guys are looking at is this area past that cargo door that you guys couldn't get past. It's a wider hallway. Where the hallways you've been like trudging through have been 5 feet wide. This is 15 feet wide and at least 3 times that long. It's a longer, like open hallway, well lit. Sorry, I should have given a little bit more spatial reasoning there. As you kind of like poke around the corner before you step into the greater concourse, no, there's no tripwires at all.
All right. In that case, I'd like to head over towards the computer and check like all the walls and stuff for more of those tripwires.
When you search an area for tripwires, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
You're good to go. Go ahead and give me a computer's check.
21.
You are able to get it on. Again, mostly corrupted data, except curiously that one entry that seems to be preserved, that you click, and the hologram of Bob pops up again. And now he's kind of walking around and gesturing at different areas.
Oh, look, Rye, a ghost.
And he says, "This is, for the most part, med bay. When you're sick or hurt, the docs here will help you out. Remember when I damn near cut my hand last year, Cam? Woof. If it wasn't for Dr. Michaels, I'd have been shipped back down planet side. Well, you know, maybe I'd see Zaretta down there, but I also might be stuck down there, so, you know, maybe not. Spoop, got distracted. Sorry, cut that last bit. We'll come back to this room. We'll do it later." And his hologram fades from view.
Hey, Zero, is there any way to tell how long ago that was programmed in?
Do I see any dates in like the on the computer?
With your check, I'll say, God Christ, I don't remember how long it was. It was probably close to almost 10 years ago, 8, 9, 10 years ago, anywhere around the vicinity of that.
All right. The last recorded date is 8 years ago.
Oh, geez, that's a long time ago.
Let's go with 8 years. We'll make that the official timeline. Thank you for being assertive.
That's older than me.
All right.
Miller, you're up.
All right.
Current
Well,
version of you, not
now that the sensor has been deactivated, I'm gonna go in here and take a look around. Ooh, nat 20 with a 28 total.
You see through the walls. You see
Yeah.
through into reality.
I like it.
So you find a couple of more weapons that are stashed underneath the desk and wouldn't traditionally kind of be visible. It's an azimuth laser pistol and a needler rifle. And inside, like there's like a little safe there that you're able to get into. It wasn't actually locked. It's like the lazy people who leave it on the last digit so they can pull it open and close. You find 250 UPBs.
Ooh.
For people who don't know what a UP is, it's the Universal Polymer Base, which is could be used as credits, like a 1-for-1 for credit, but it's also used in the like all things construction in Starfinder. And I'm sorry, you also found 300 credits on a credit stick.
All right. Now you said there's a computer terminal in here as well?
The computer terminal is in there, but it looks like, and you can guess probably from the concussive blasts that have been going around it, whatever connection it would have had has been severed. It's completely dead in the water.
All right. Now, the bombs that were connected to the sensor, are they in any way, shape, or form usable?
They look a little unstable due to age. However, you could make a check if you'd like to retrieve them. However, with your experience with kind of, let's just call it
Rye.
for nicely, and Rye, it would be kind of playing with fire, where you were able to check close enough to the target that I didn't detonate it for you. This would be a you do it or you detonate kind of
I
thing.
gotcha. All right. Well, then, in any case, I'll go up to the north room that I just kind of opened up and didn't look inside. Is there a trip sensor?
Yes.
This guy
Yeah,
here.
I guess you. Oh, sorry, you just opened the doors. Yeah, there is another one of the sensors in that room.
All right. 15. Does 15 deactivate it?
Yeah, after seeing Zero do it, you're kind of like muttering to yourself about how you were a little silly before. You just reached through and you're able to unplug it without a problem.
Cool. And is there anything in here? 26.
Yes. You find 200 more credits, and like tucked behind the couch, hidden soldier armor. I think most of you guys might actually be wearing this, but hidden soldier armor. It's like it's medium thickness armor that also comes with like a helmet that completely covers your face, kind of making you like an anonymous looking soldier type.
I gotcha.
So whoever lived in this residential block, and it's multiple people, they all seem to be a little bit more on the militant aficionado side of things. But again, those charges were not military grade.
Does
Gotcha.
anybody else find it strange that all of this stuff is left here and it's booby trapped?
Miller kind of joins the rest of the group. Hey guys, I found even more armor and weapons.
Was there dust in the room?
Did I notice if there was dust in the room?
No.
Probably not if it's a space
No.
station.
Yeah, but so like it's been undisturbed for a long time, but there's also nothing that would generate dust in that area.
Okay. Then never mind.
So no, unfortunately, you wouldn't find any dust there. Not to say that's not a valid question, and I think you would in later areas. But in this area, it seems pretty clean. It looks like whomever set up the detonators set them up and left.
So
Cool.
can I ignore my question then?
I'm sorry. What was your question, Zero? Seeker.
Well,
Seeker.
I was just saying it's weird that, well, in character I said that it's weird that all these rooms still have their stuff in them and booby traps.
My question was a direct response to you saying that, just so you know. I was trying.
Oh, okay. I didn't get that.
Wasn't ignoring you, good buddy.
Because you'd think they'd take whatever they needed out of the rooms. This stuff seems very useful.
Maybe they did take what they needed.
It's true. And why booby trap them? I don't get it.
Because someone is a jerk. Are we still in initiative order?
Yeah, sorry, Seeker, you're up.
I'm up. Okay. I think I'm gonna go into the med bay room area.
Basically,
And,
all 4 of these rooms are part of the med bay. Is kind of what he was referencing.
Yeah. So the first main hallway of the medway. I'm going to open up the door that is kind of closest to the rest of the rooms that we've seen already.
So on the southeastern part of this room.
Excuse me. I'm gonna have the unseen servant open the door.
Okay, coward.
Hey, I got blown up.
Wait, what?
In there, now you start seeing the first signs of either a scuffle or a quick smash and grab. This was like a pharmacy type setup, except everything in here has been kind of ransacked and gone through. Like shelves have been pulled off, supplies like pooled all over the ground. Many of them shattered, broken, decayed, aged, and it looks again like someone ran through here, grabbed what they could, and bounced.
Tripwire?
No tripwire.
Okay, sending unseen servant in there first.
Nothing uncouth happens to your unseen servant.
Okay, so I'll check it out. Is there another door in there?
You can check back there. I'm just gonna say that's like a storage area, but it was also gone through. Like it's like a little desk and like for like writing prescriptions and stuff. There's nothing else useful in
Is
there.
there a computer in there?
It's a cash register.
Okay. Anything useful?
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Some med kits, perhaps?
9.
9. Unfortunately, no. Everything looks really smashed up. You're not able to find anything in all the rubble.
Okay.
It makes really pretty colors with the different medicines, kind of all like aged and layered on top of each other. Some moldy, some kind of burning away mold. Yeah, it's great.
I'm gonna take some of the bottles and kind of put maybe I'll paste them on my my jacket later or something. I don't know. They look kind of nice.
Okay, sure. So you got on your character sheet at bottle of expired medicines.
Nice.
Question mark. Okay. And anything else you want to do?
Me? Probably gonna just join the rest of the group back in the hallway.
Okay.
Right,
what are you
open
doing?
up door, but I'm not gonna.
So there are how many more doors? There's the one leading
3.
back into the main. Is that one of them? One of the ones leading?
Oh
back?
no, I'm not counting the southernmost doors. And I'm lying too. There are 3 like rooms in the med bay that you can access. Going due south, you find the cargo bay door, which you guys can unlock if you'd like from this side. And then going due north, there is a door that seems to go further into the station.
Okay. So the cargo bay that we did not go into, right? That's where the other. I was about to say something stupid.
Yep.
Can I see through the window? Is there a window to see into the cargo bay?
A window into the cargo bay? No.
Okay, and
It is literally you recognize the door. You guys were all outside of the door on the opposite side when you guys started.
Oh,
That's
you're
where
talking about this one, right?
Yeah. That's the door you guys tried the first time that was locked.
Oh, I thought you were saying that there was another. Sorry, I'm having map awareness issues. So there's not a thing
So are
here.
the audio listeners.
Oh, that unlocks a. Oh, okay, whatever. I pass it. I don't care. I would go towards the door that goes further into the station. Sorry, I misunderstood what you were getting at there.
There are doors like on either side of the cargo bay doors. One Seeker went through and rifled through and had some busted up medicine. No one has gone to the western side of the room. There is areas that you can go in. That blue thing there isn't a window. It's like a bulletin board, and it says Dr. Michael's office.
Well,
we found Mike.
I'm angry about my previous foray into scavenging, so I'm probably more inclined to open up the door that goes further into the station.
Sure. You see.
Instant death.
I'll give the whole thing to you. You see what looks to be an eating area, like a cafeteria setup. I know the map doesn't look quite as disheveled. There are overturned tables and chairs, and discarded food. People were eating at the time something seemed to have happened, and food has been like plates are shattered on the ground, stools knocked over, things left behind. It looks a pretty hot mess. No blood though.
Okay.
And this is about the same size of that hallway you guys are just in. And due north is there's a door going further into the station. And as you step in behind the counters, tucked in like a little area away from some of the cooking equipment, there is another one of those terminal setups.
Okay. You said you would let us know if there was a tripwire before.
Yeah. You kind of poke your head around. There's no tripwire.
I'm gonna assume that if there's a tripwire, you'll tell me. So where's that terminal? Because I will put my icon there.
It is on the western wall, about midway up the room.
This thing. Oh, okay. I literally could not see it. I go to the terminal and I attempt to use it.
Give me a computer check.
I will do that right now.
Computer blows up.
21.
No, you're able to access that, and the only menu option you're able to find, you click, and it is another holographic recording. Bob shows up as if he's just walked through the doors to the south, and he opens his arms wide for the holographic camera, which again is floating kind of around him, and he's looking upwards, and he says, "And this is the cafe. It's more of a cafeteria, but they wanted to sound fancy. This is a quick modular design. You could have this in almost any area of the station you so chose. The food is all based off of what we get from our nutrient center, which again, all station grown. This is a self-sustainable eatery. You could almost survive with this room and the nutrients room I will show you guys later. This right here, one of our best features. It will synthesize food that you really can't taste the difference from the real stuff. Aside to Zaretta, if you're seeing this before I see you back on the station, that is absolute spoop. Food is disgusting. It tastes like paste. However, it is all sustainable, and you really could have a little space station just with this in the farm area. Weird. We're getting there. Almost done. I had nothing to do with this one though. This is kind of more your field, so can't wait to chat with you when you get back up here. All right, Kim, let's go next room.
You're making me sad. Also, I make a pizza.
So you go into like the little automated machine area, and the option for pizza, it just starts spewing out like dust.
I kick the machine angrily, so mad.
Rye has a very short temper.
Yeah, all the nutrients that were stored in this like commissary area have decayed. So the more you kick it, like more stuff kind of shakes loose to the point where if you didn't have a helmet on for your oxygen space station, do you or do you not? Are you going helmetless in this because you got your stone?
No, helmet, no.
All right, well then you're not choking on the decayed organic matter that you kind of just shook loose from the machine, but it is decayed organic matter. And Brawl, what are you doing?
All right, so Brawl would follow in after Rye. See that he's again having a little fit of rage, kicking whatever it is over there. So he's going to immediately look at the door on his right-hand side and open it.
Oh, yeah, sure. I was looking at elsewhere in the map. So you enter into a patient's area, like where they would maybe like an exam room. Let's call it that. It's an exam room. There's a little receptionary desk that when you walk into, and then if you go around the corner, I'll give it to you. There is like a doctor's bench where you can lay down and get an examination done. None of the room is trapped that you're able to tell.
All right. I'm going to open up the drawers at the desk.
Make a perception check.
20.
Wow.
Hey!
Wow. I think hell just got cold.
Maybe. Jeez.
So searching through both rooms, the reception's desk, reception area desk, and like the doctor's examination room, you find 50 UPBs.
Do you want me to add this to the party loot?
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
You're recording everything, aren't you, Chris?
Yeah. Yep.
1 med patch, 2 serum of healing, Mark 1, 1 basic med kit, and I don't know what this one is, but it's called Defiance Series Dash Squad, and it's supposedly on page 196, but it might be 197. I have no idea what that is. Could someone pull up that?
It looks like armor.
It's armor again.
Yeah, level
Yeah,
3
it sounds
armor.
like
Ooh,
197.
right.
That's
Yeah,
the armor page.
Yeah, it's heavy armor.
Yeah, all right. Looks like the last person they saw in
Oh,
here was
dang.
wearing some heavy armor.
Well, somebody just got an upgrade. Almost.
I will say this room looked like it was briefly rifled through, but not anywhere near as bad as the like pharmacy area that Seeker had gone through. This was definitely a disturbed room, though. And I think you're getting a bunch of loot is probably good for you. Zero, what's up?
So I would probably walk out from where the computer was, head north a little, and the door on my left.
Door on
This
your...
guy right here. The door to Dr.
On the
Michael.
west side.
So you're in that kind of well-lit concourse area for the med bay. You open the northwest door, and inside here, it is the medical records facility. There are data terminals specifically dedicated to the safe and secure storage of medical records. And like locked in the back here is a locked cabinet for medicinal supplies that would be traditionally too strong for like public consumption.
All right. Was there
Like personal prescriptions are kept here.
Was there a tripwire?
No.
All right. I would, I guess, attempt to get into the, I had to check the cabinet for traps and then attempt to open it.
Yeah, there's no traps. I'm not going to give it to you. You guys are noticing that the traps seem to have been for a specific feature. It doesn't look like they trapped things, especially the nature of the traps. Like it wasn't like open the thing and it explodes. You're seeing nothing to kind of lead you to believe that there's more than that at this area. Try and unlock the gate, though. It's going to require... oh, goodness. I don't know the Starfinder skill for lockpicking.
Oh goodness.
Is it sleight of hand?
Mechanic?
No, it wouldn't be mechanic.
I mean, not
Is it
mechanic,
sleight of hand?
engineering.
I'll give it sleight of hand. Yeah, let's do sleight of hand.
I'll double check for you.
Thank you.
28. If it
Oh
is-
yeah, you're able to get through there. No
No matter what
problem.
it is.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You're able to like you've basically you're looking at it like, oh, this looks kind of complicated. Oh, the key's taped to the other side. You're able to just pop it out and use it. They were a little lazy, we'll say. That's how easy you got access to it. Most of it is prescriptions that are only useful if you have, say, specific issues like liver failure or upper respiratory issues or specific species related issues. You do find a number of these things. You specifically, Zero, know that there is a black market for it, so I can give you a credit value, but it requires you to go through a fence at some point, which is a crime.
For future reference, it is engineering.
It is engineering. I'm so sorry. You guys would be fantastic at it then. Thank you, Chris.
Sure.
No, I'm glad I did the first one. It would have been, what is it, a 26 instead of a 28.
No, you got through it anyways. It was a 20. I think it was a 21 for that one. It was supposed to be high, but not impossible. The amount of credits in material, if you wanted, it's 500 credits worth of illegal salvage is what we'd call it, and that's something you guys can have to deal with if you do want to pick it up and offload it. What are your thoughts on that, Zero?
I would at least take it for now. Whether or not
Okay.
I do anything with it later.
I will have you record that then.
It also makes more sense for Zero's kind of deal. He also finds in this locked area 100 UPBs.
All right. Yep.
Another serum of healing Mark 1.
Yep.
Another med patch.
Okay, so ×2.
And a fusion seal seeking, which was kind of like tucked in like a packed envelope and labeled for Dr. Michael's special delivery.
Neato. We got fusion seals now, huh?
Also in this room, I'd like to check the computers for whatever the most recent patient files are.
They all seem to be dating back to 8 years ago. You can get like older than that, but 8 years. I will say that requires you to like hack into it more. But for user profiles, you're really just looking for dates. Yeah, it looks like nothing's been accessed in about 8 years.
Was there any common illnesses that I can see from 8 years ago?
Give me a computer skills.
15.
15. You don't notice any common themes. It does actually seem like, for the most part, they ran a really sanitary ship. There wasn't a large amount of illnesses. Most of what this medbay facility was for injuries while on the job. So there were some workplace images because they were doing basically they turned this entire station into a massive construction job. And then there were also some pre-existing conditions. That's basically what the pharmacy catered to. And then your average aches and pains people would get.
What I was looking for is if there was a major outbreak of some kind.
No, I know what you're looking for. You do not find it.
Okay.
No T-virus outbreak.
That I was looking for potential massive amount of injuries all of a sudden.
Not listed in the database. We are approaching 10:30, guys.
I'd like the hallway and then.
Yeah. Do you want me to just finish off this little hallway here?
Yeah. You want to go into that last room? Yeah. Let's do Miller. It is your turn. So you're gonna go ahead and search the last room in the med bay.
Yep.
You're gonna pop that open, and this is supposed to be Dr. Michael's office based on that sign out front. And
So we found Mike's character?
no. The Mike's character isn't named Michael.
Oh.
Don't worry about it.
Somebody that likes to kill things.
No no
All of you guys have NPCs modeled after you on Pyramid Station Alpha. You guys won't be found anywhere else unless for some reason they have to leave Pyramid Station Alpha, which may be a thing. So Dr. Michael is not Mike. Michael will have a different name.
All right. Now, perception 22.
22. He does have a personal data pad, which marks his personal daily logs, the patients he's seen. Most of it's not really that exciting for you. It does look like he was sleeping with a number of his patients and keeping
That's
it on the
sweet.
sly.
Good for him.
He seems kind of like he was not a bad guy, but maybe a little chauvinist. He had a ton of stuff in his office, though.
All right, let's do it.
50 UPBs,
Okay.
2 med patch,
All right.
1 basic med kit,
All right.
1 more serum of healing, Mark 1,
All right.
a pair of binders.
Ooh.
Yep, in a drawer with a
Were they fuzzy?
kinda. There's definitely romantic intonations with them. Environmental / dust storm clothing. A Cestus battle glove, also with a love note attached to it. And a MindLink circlet Mark 1. Again, also with love note attached to it.
Sorry.
Now, do the binders smell?
No, they don't. They don't smell that
smell
you
the
can
power
tell.
glove.
He was a sanitary medical professional.
All right. Miller takes the binders, kind of holds them out, just like his with his thumb and forefinger, kind of holds them out arm's length, and kind of peeks around the corner. Hey, Seeker. He kind of throws them at him. Yeah.
Ooh, what's this?
No, the fuzzy binders.
Oh, ooh, they're so. Ooh, they feel so nice.
Yeah. Wear them. I want to see how they look on you.
Yeah, he kind of puts one on. Just one, not both of them, because that's kind of impossible. Well, I don't know. Might be possible. He puts one on. Like,
small problem.
No way to get it off?
No
You
key.
didn't find the key.
I'm fine with this.
God damn it.
You gave us some fuzzy cups and you didn't give us the key. What did you think was going to happen?
I did.
What color are they?
Pinkish.
They're pinkish.
I was thinking pink. What?
Yeah.
You've got pink fuzzy binders
Oh,
on. You've
hell
got
yeah.
great.
Hey, Rye!
Oh, don't you do it.
No.
Rye!
No.
Oh, it's happening.
Ryan, make a perception check, please.
You can't force me to do the
He can roll it for you.
You can't make me
perception.
perceive
is 20.
things.
You see them coming from a mile away, and you hands up, nope, out of the room.
Yeah.
In fact, would you say you nope to the northern door by any chance?
If it speeds things along, I do.
Sure, it sure does. And as you open the door, you are almost pushed back by the force of grasping hands reaching at you as you enter into another area of eviscera and gore.
Oh,
And that's where we will end the episode this evening.
Oh, why'd you open the door?
Because I told him to.
Everyone was. Everyone was doing it.
we needed a cliffhanger.
We need an unseen servant to open the doors. Come on.
We'll cover what you have actually uncovered next time. But needless to say, as you are attempting to avoid the fuzzy cuffs, you almost walk into the slightly decayed, semi-organic creatures on the other side of the door.
Look at the bloody pizza slice up over there.
They're making fun of my map creation, but eat it. And you guys have anything to say for our viewers at large before we move into the after party, guys?
I had fun. Unlike last time. JK, that was last episode. New episode.
Rye's not happy.
Why?
Patrick's fine.
Seeker's
not
fuzzy.
Seeker is fuzzy. And Chris is still sick.
All right, let's wrap this up then, guys. Thank you, viewers, for joining us for our first dungeon crawl. This was basically loot the dungeon. The first half, unlike most dungeons, is where all the loot was. The second half is where things actually get interesting.
Yeah, Dustin threw us a bone and gave us some healing supplies because he knew we had none.
Yeah.
I bought some.
I didn't know that for sure. I knew that. They have nothing. They're so dumb. They are
I
so
don't have a healer either.
No, I do
They
have.
are
I do have
so
one
dumb.
healing potion.
We got
I
more
used
now.
one. Yeah, I used one.
I had
of the,
3.
You guys have a decent setup. The rest of the dungeon is a little bit more interesting, and that's fine. Hopefully this wasn't too boring as a loot session for viewers. Going forward, hopefully the party stays together, because if not, it would go against our name. I hope we see you guys here next Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. EST. Please check us out on Twitter, on Discord, etc. Everything you can find below the Twitch channel. And also, remember, we got the new Patreon going, so if you want to hear more loot sessions, I guess, check us out there. Maybe throw us a bone. All right, guys. I hope everyone has a wonderful night. And please remember, never split the party.
Yeah,
Patrick. Look at that. Look what happens when you split the party. You get attacked by zombie guys.
But I didn't.